Welcome back to our first Forgotten Kingdom DLC video for Remnant 2. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to get the Invoker, which is the new archetype for this DLC. They hit this one a little bit more than the Ritualist, so you might need some help figuring out what to do. I also have a video on the channel that talks all about the Invoker, their traits, their passive perks, and their skills. So if you want to check that out, you can here. But the Prime perk is going to double your base skill charges for all archetypes. Skill activation reduces all skill cooldowns, and for heavy weapon that's going to double the base ammo, which is awesome. The archetype increases your skill duration, and then you've got your damage perk, skill damage and elemental damage, and you can reduce skill cooldowns for your allies when you have an invoker skill active, which is really cool. You can also increase movement while your skill is active, and then on relic use you extend the duration of your active skill, so it all works together really well. If you want a more in-depth guide with some video of those skills and everything, check out that other video. All right, but let's talk about how to get this little flute engram guy right here. The first thing you're going to want to do is obviously have access to the DLC. You're going to go to the main stone here in Ward 13. And what you want to do is roll an adventure here. So you're going to hit reroll adventure mode and you're going to choose the Forgotten Kingdom. This is a one-shot adventure that has all sorts of new DLC stuff in it. So you're going to be able to get the Invoker archetype within that storyline. The area that you first start at is Glittering Grotto. So once you get into Glittering Grotto, you are going to make your way around here. You're going to come up here and just kind of make your way up top to these little canopies up here, these little tree houses. Go all the way over here, and then this door right here is called Deserted Atelier, whatever it's called. That is the door that you're going to want to go through to progress the storyline. I know it doesn't have the exclamation point on it, but that's because we've already been there. You can see on my map here, it says Deserted Atelier, and we're going to travel there. It's got the exclamation point on the map there. All right, so once you get into this Deserted Atelier, all you're going to do is go all the way through it, progress through the dungeon. You're actually going to get a pretty cool injectable in here, but you're going to want to hug the right side and you're going to come all the way to the end and you'll see this checkpoint here right before the boss. All right, now that you're back out to the second area in Ancient Canopy, you're going to see this big stone right here, and you're going to follow the path that we take in order to get down to the sand. First, you're going to want to pull that lever right there in front of me, and that is going to move the middle section of the map, that huge stone circle. It's going to move it down into the bottom of the map. That's very important that you do that first. It's part of the story, and then you're going to go over here to the elevator, and you're going to follow the path that we take here. And you can also yeet yourself off the side and not take the elevator. You can do that and stay alive from the world stone. So if you want to try that, you can do that as well. But this is kind of a way to get down there. And then once you get into this room, you're actually going to find the Invoker armor on the other side of this room. However, you can get the Invoker class in this room, believe it or not. It has a bunch of darts moving side to side, traps, if you will, that will one-shot you. So you have to be very, very careful. But what you want to do is go through this room and you want to go to that far right side. And you'll see kind of a little bit of glimmery action going on between the two mounds of sand. And you're going to want to stand in the sand. There's a couple little darts that don't actually activate when they're coming across back and forth. And so you're going to want to stand in that area in order to get sucked underneath into the quicksand. And that's going to put you in the area for the Invoker. Now, we were doing this co-op. We had a really, really hard time procking this with all three of us in the party. But once you get in the right spot, which you'll see us in right here, all three of us were kind of trying to stay in that spot and we just couldn't really make it happen. So we even tried liquid deathing and letting the host stand in the same spot. You want to be in that middle spot right there. You'll notice because you're kind of sinking down, you want to wait here for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So set a timer so that you make sure you stand there for 5 minutes. Don't move a muscle and just sit there. Go grab a drink or something and come back. Even trying Liquid Escape, it still didn't work. And so what we successfully did in order to get our full co-op group to make this happen was that once he was down and sleeping in the Invoker area, we actually joined back on him, and then we were all able to get the Invoker. So you can see that here we joined in on him. He goes through the animation of waking up, and then the Invoker is just in the area. Now there you can see the hole coming down from where we were up top. And then we get the Invoker engram, and this is the old flute material. And you can see here, this is what you need to take back to Wally. So once you get that old flute, you can go ahead and Liquid Escape, get back to a stone, travel back to Ward 13, go all the way up to Wallace, give him that special flute engram. Once you do that, you have unlocked Invoker, and you can go ahead and level it up. I think the Invoker is going to be an amazing class. I'm going to spend a lot of time leveling it up over the next day. So I'm going to show you guys, and I'm sure I'll put together a couple builds. If you guys want to see builds from me, I've never done Remnant builds on my YouTube channel before, but if I come across a cool one, I would love to share it with you guys. So let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what other class you plan to pair it with. I think it's going to be really strong, and I think it's going to go well with classes like Archon, even Hunter with their crit chance, and Medic, Alchemist, but I'll report back in the next day and let you guys know. But I hope you enjoyed that guide. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe, because we have a ton of Remnant content on the channel and a lot more to come. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.